I'm ranking all the snipers in the Emporium from S tier to F tier. I'll show you which snipers you should absolutely not buy, and I'll show you some hidden gems. It's ridiculous that the game doesn't show you a preview of what a gun looks like before you buy it. All you get is a little thumbnail picture, and you'd never know if a skin is ugly, glitched, or unusable until you've already bought it. I hope this video helps you spend your money more wisely. Now we're gonna start with S tier and work our way down. The Stormfish Chaser I have reached. This one is obviously S tier. This is one of the few weapon skins in the entire game that actually has an animation to it. This is what it looks like at nighttime. The Graveyard Gladiator I have reached. You might not know this because they don't really make it obvious in the thumbnail picture. This sniper actually has a trident bayonet on it. That's like the coolest concept I think for any sniper in the game. Something about a trident bayonet is just so cool to me. I'm a sucker for a bayonet skin. I'm putting this in S tier. The Dreamer's Dust I have reached. I think this is my favorite weapon set in the game. The aesthetic of this is just so cool. I like these fins on the barrel. I think that's kind of a unique touch. I think this is just a really unique shape overall, and I love this aesthetic. S tier. The Radiant Comet I have reached. I really love the aesthetic of this. It's supposed to be like stained glass. It's kind of like two skins in one, because during the day you really notice this purple stained glass. At nighttime this becomes like a whole different skin. I love the skins that glow just a little bit but aren't too overwhelming. I really like the texture of the stained glass too. It's very sparkly. S tier. The Lodestar I have reached. This one is really nice. I don't know what you call this effect. I think it's like parallax viewing. I think that's the term. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's got this cool effect where when you move, it's like you got a portal into the night sky. I like that this one glows, but it's not overwhelming. It's actually kind of see-through also. I thought the theme of this one was kind of goofy at first, but pirates actually did use stars for navigation. So this is still kind of on brand for a pirate game. This is S tier. Reaper's Heart I have reached. I do like that this one has like a red tint to it when you scope in. There's only a handful of snipers in the game that have different colored glass. I like that it glows in the dark. It's actually got like an animation to it also. It's not just like it statically glows in the dark. It's kind of like pulsating. The dragon wings on the barrel look pretty sick. I think this has got to be one of the coolest looking snipers. S tier. The Skinscriber I have reached. The premise of this one is it's supposed to be like tattoo themed, and I think it's really funny. It has like a tattooing needle as a bayonet on the front. It's got these two inkwells on the barrel of the gun. Honestly, I really love the look of this. I think this is very cool. I like the purple. I like the aesthetic of this. A tier. The Rococo I have reached. It's simple, but I love it. I love the shape of the barrel. I love the gemstones on this. I love the gold. I think it's just a simple concept of just a bejeweled sniper, but I think it works. No complaints with this one. A tier. Crunch I have reached. This one's kind of... Oh, wait. Oh, that's sick. This one has a yellow tint on the glass. I think I appreciate this one. It's kind of goofy and silly, but it's still like on brand for the game. I like the premise of this. This is fun. A tier. The Coral Coven I have reached. I gotta say, the scope looks really nice on this one. I was expecting like a purple tint when you zoom in. I kind of like this wooden knob on the very end. Can that be like a grip that reduces recoil by 15%? I feel like this is like the thinnest barrel. Like, just look how it sits in my hand. I feel like I've never seen that much space on my palm visible in any of these other snipers. A tier. The Pirate Pugilist I have reached. I think this is one of the most aesthetically pleasing shapes for a sniper in the game. The shape of this almost looks like it's like a modern sniper. I just love the look of this. I think this is just a good looking sniper overall. A tier. The Bosun Brewmaster. The premise of this is that you're brewing grog while you're fighting. I think the spiral tube down the scope is a really nice touch. I like the compartments at the end of the barrel. This just has a really unique look overall. It's not the flashiest skin, and it's kind of a silly premise, but I think it's executed well. A tier. Riptide Rodeo I have reached. This one's supposed to be like Western themed. We got a skeleton on the barrel, which I think is really cool. I like how I can see the mouth of the skeleton too. I like the concept. I think it was executed well. It's not really a pirate aesthetic, but it is a really nice looking skin. A tier. The Boar Hunter I have reached. I like the concept of this one. I like that you got the boar tusks just kind of tied to the barrel. I don't know if this is intended to sort of be like a bayonet maybe. Like, I wish you had like a melee animation of just kind of bashing someone with the tusks. I think that this bite or scratch mark on the scope is pretty cool. I think the whole selling point of this skin is just that there's tusks tied to the barrel. But honestly, I think that's a cool enough idea that it actually works. A tier. The King's Ransom Eye of Reach. This one's supposed to look expensive and like it's solid gold, and I think it works. I think I'm a sucker for the gold texture, and I'm not ashamed. A tier. The Cutthroat Eye of Reach. I like that it's kind of piratey looking. The shape's kind of unique. A tier. Cursed Ferryman's Eye of Reach. I like that it's very piratey themed. I like that the barrel is just actually the mouth of the eel. I gotta say, I'm just noticing now that my thumb is like clipping into the barnacle. Just a little bit. It's not that noticeable, but I just noticed that it's there. I kind of wish they would have noticed that when they were building this and just moved that barnacle a few inches down the barrel. That kind of seems like an easy fix, but the barnacle looks like a reload button. A tier. This is the Royal Revenge Eye of Reach. It gets a red tinted scope. I like the color scheme of the silver, black, and red. I think this just looks really clean overall. It's got kind of a bayonet on it. The barrel kind of has 3 spikes on the end of it. A tier. Blackheart Banshee Eye of Reach. I enjoy everything about this. I like the color scheme. If you put this in front of the sun, it turns white, so I guess the barrel is actually supposed to be glass. I like this. A tier. This is the Crimson Crypt Eye of Reach. I don't know if you can tell, but where the bayonet would go on the barrel, they actually have like the head of an axe. And this is one of the few skins that gets a different colored scope. This one kind of looks pink to me. A tier. LeChuck's Legacy Eye of Reach. I think it's supposed to be like made out of vertebrae. I could be wrong. I like the way these red rubies look on the handle. A tier. The Inner Sanctum Eye of Reach. I just love the design of the barrel and the scope overall. B tier. The Dashing Duelist Eye of Reach. There's nothing really that unique about this gun other than the giant dust cover, which is kind of cool, I guess. It looks nice. It's not the most unique or creative. B tier. The Lamplighter Eye of Reach. You can barely see the flame on the end of the barrel, and I feel like that's the entire selling point of the gun. I mean, I guess when you reload it, you can see it. For reference, this is what the Lamplighter pistol looks like. I feel like the flame is very easy to see. B tier. The Lightbearer Eye of Reach. I like it. I can appreciate it. B tier. The Checkmate Eye of Reach. The theme of this one is chess, and as you can see, there's a rook piece for the barrel. I think overall, I just really like the shape of this. It's very slender. The end of the scope actually has a really unique shape to it. This is just really sleek looking. B tier. The Motley Mariner Eye of Reach. This one's just supposed to be kind of goofy looking. Instead of a bayonet, we have like a little flag. And honestly, I kind of like the aesthetic of this. I really like the unique shape of this one. It's kind of supposed to be silly, but I think it works. Unfortunately, the flag doesn't actually move at all. B tier. Next, we have the Sea of Sands. I think the color of this is really nice. It glows a little bit, but it's not fully glow in the dark. I'm gonna say this one's B tier. The Silver Sepulchre Eye of Reach. I like that this one looks like it's put together with like different pieces of armor. One thing you might not know about this is the scope is actually an oval instead of a circle. I like the aesthetic of this one. B tier. Next, we have the Frozen Horizons Eye of Reach. I wish the ice on top was a little more see-through. It does have kind of a shiny texture on it though, that's nice. Possible Ice Zone teaser. Ice region confirmed. B tier. The Lunar Festival Eye of Reach. This one's funny because in the thumbnail picture it's just like neon red and neon yellow, and in reality this isn't yellow at all, it's gold. And the red isn't neon, it's like more of a metallic red. I think this one actually looks really nice. They just gotta update the thumbnail picture to what it actually looks like. I'd put this one in B tier. Next we have the Eternal Freedom Eye of Reach. I like that it's unique looking, but it's also very piratey. B tier. The Wrecker Wrangler Eye of Reach. It's supposed to be like this gun is made from an anglerfish. I just wish the anglerfish antenna and head didn't take up so much of the screen. I feel like they could have made the fish head and fin just a little smaller. It's definitely one of the most unique looking sniper skins in the game. B tier. The Sea Serpent Eye of Reach. I think the scales on the scope look really nice. It just makes me wish there was a real sea serpent in the game. B tier. I know most people might think this one looks ugly, but I actually really like this sniper. Also, you might not realize this, but the green part of this is actually supposed to be glass. It's actually translucent if you hold it up to the light. B tier. The Deadlock Jailer Eye of Reach. I really like that the flintlock mechanism is an actual lock. I'm noticing that the spike is kind of clipping through my thumb a little bit. Maybe that's intentional, like it's actually stabbing me. We can pretend that's intentional. I like the aesthetic of this. It's supposed to look like a rusty jail cell. I like the spikes on the barrel. B tier. The Iron Turtle Eye of Reach. I like how the barrel and scope are like jagged, like it looks like there should be an animation where you just bash someone in the face with this. I like that the barrel is like the mouth of a turtle. I like the skins that have a unique look to them, but still make sense for the aesthetic of the game. B tier. The Cardinal Lodestar Eye of Reach. I mean, it's alright. What's interesting is when you go into the shade, it actually like changes color completely. C tier. Beachcomber's Bounty Eye of Reach. I really like the premise of this one. I like the color of the shell. It's kind of like shiny. I think the shell looks really nice. I really like the bamboo barrel. That's funny. I love everything about this gun except for how big this shell is. The scope just takes up too much of the center of the screen. C tier. The Barrel Bombardier Eye of Reach. So this one is just supposed to be like powder keg themed. I think the glowing fuse on the scope is a nice touch. I also like that the barrel of it actually glows. C tier. The Mandrake Eye of Reach. I like what they were going for here. It's not piratey though. C tier. Dark Warsmith Eye of Reach. I feel like their premise for this sniper was just to have it glow red on the end. The red banner that's draped over the barrel, I wish that blew in the wind or like reacted when I jumped. It just looks like a piece of like taffy, or it looks like a tongue. It looks like there's just a big tongue draped over my gun. I wish I could see that like maybe blown in the wind a little bit of an animation for it maybe would help. I mean, the bayonet on this is kind of cool. C tier. The Dire Dark Warsmith Eye of Reach. They said, what if it was the Dark Warsmith Eye of Reach, but blue? And I think my criticism of this is the same as the Dark Warsmith Eye of Reach. I kind of just don't like this piece of fabric that's draped over it. It just looks a little too thick. It looks like a piece of blue Laffy Taffy. I will say I like this color scheme more than the red version. C tier. The Eclipse Eye of Reach. Cool barrel, the rest of it's kinda C tier. The Stone Isle-Hopper Eye of Reach. Oh, this is kinda cool. I feel like the gimmick is mostly just that it glows a little bit. C tier. Isle-Hopper Outlaw. I mean, this one's alright. This is kinda cool it glows in the dark. I think it glows a little bit too much. For me, this is C tier. The Spring Blossom Eye of Reach. I like the concept for this. I think what throws it for me is that the tree leaves just look unfinished. Like the tree looks like it's missing texture. The leaves just look 2D and unfinished. I do like that there's a little bit of an animation to them though. Like the leaves are kind of blowing. The scope is actually a diamond shape. That's unique. C tier. The Gorgon Eye of Reach. I'm gonna be honest, the shape of this one kind of pisses me off. D tier. This is the Nightwolf Eye of Reach. I kind of don't really like the color scheme on this. The one thing this sniper is going for it is that the scope is kind of a cool shape. And also you actually get a different colored tint on it. You get this like teal colored tint. Oh, I just noticed the scope is actually a triangle. I think this is the only scope that's a triangle shape. The scope is the one redeeming quality. The barrel also looks really short. I feel like my hand is so far away from it in this animation. D tier. This is the Jacko Looter Eye of Reach. It just kind of looks unfinished. It looks like they designed it 50% of the way and then just didn't put any textures or anything on it. This looks like an unfinished version of the Mandrake Eye of Reach. I don't know, it just looks like it's missing textures to me. D tier. This is the Mad Monkey. I would buy this for gold. I wouldn't buy this for real money. E tier. Alright, this is the Rogue Tinkerer Eye of Reach. It's just supposed to look like someone made it in a workshop. It's alright, nothing special though. E tier. The Golden Nile Eye of Reach. This one's Egyptian themed, I guess. I don't really understand what the connection is of Egyptian to Sea of Thieves. Like, we have like Chinese skins, but that makes sense because there was Chinese pirates. I think the barrel and scope are supposed to look like a crocodile maybe. I do think the sparkle of the gold is really nice, but I'm not really a fan of the shapes. This is E tier. The Prehistoric Plunderer Eye of Reach. I think they just wanted a Jurassic Park weapon set. I think this would be cooler if when you aimed in it had like a yellow or orange tint to it, like you were aiming through a block of amber. I'm not really crazy about the shape of this. E tier. The Soaring Oracle Eye of Reach. It's interesting the scope is white. This one's just kind of boring. I mean, I guess a white sniper's kind of cool. E tier. This is the Labyrinth Looter Eye of Reach, and you might notice there's a little problem with it. I mean, the skin itself looks good. It's definitely unique. My thumb is just fully clipping through the tusk. It's not like I'm being anal, like, oh, there's one frame in the reload animation where my hand clips through it. It's ruined. This is just permanently like this in the resting position. And it would be one thing if the item shop actually like showed you a preview of what it looks like, and then you could make the argument like, oh, well, you should have realized that before you bought it. But you wouldn't know that it even does this until you already paid for it. And then you just pull it out and just realize, oh, they just messed up when they designed this. If someone spent real money on this, I think they deserve a refund. Other than that, I think this is kind of a cool skin. I mean, I don't know what a Minotaur or a Labyrinth has to do with Sea of Thieves, but I can appreciate it's kind of a cool skin. E tier. The Sting-Tide Eye of Reach. I mean, it's definitely a unique shape. The like arms of the jellyfish are meant to be sort of a bipod for it. That's kind of funny, I guess. E tier. Alright, we got the Shining Pegasus Eye of Reach. I think I hate everything about this. I think they got a little too abstract with this one. I can't say I like the shape or the color. I don't think this thing has any redeeming qualities. And that's why this is the first sniper that's gonna go in F tier. The Lionfish Eye of Reach. I understand the concept they were going for with this. I just don't think it was super well executed. I think it's supposed to look like it was assembled from parts of the fish, but the textures are just wrong. I feel like it should look wet or slimy. I think I'd like to see some scales maybe. This one's just a little too abstract and goofy for me, I think. F tier. The Ravenwood Eye of Reach. The premise for this one is what if we tied a bird skull to the scope? The purple feathers on the scope are kind of nice though. I like that specific part of the scope. F tier. The Infinite Depths Eye of Reach. The premise for this one is, what if an Eye of Reach had a bunch of glowing rocks glued to the barrel? I understand it's supposed to look like the Needler from Halo. F tier. I hope this video helps you spend your money more wisely. Thanks for watching.